Comics Tribe here, and I want to welcome you to the after party. This was the best New York Comic Con that Comics Tribe has ever had. Despite being put in a ridiculous location that wasn't even in the program, people found us out and we really had an awesome show. Throughout the show, we got so many social media messages, so many emails, tweets, etc. from people that couldn't make the show and wanted to find out how they could get some of these good products and get in on some of these cool deals and things that we were offering. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're going to open up just a short window, a 3-day sort. It's almost like an online con, an online after party is what we're calling it. That's a flash sale where you can get your hands on some of this stuff. So let me tell you a little bit about what we have to offer. All right, so I want to start by talking about our hardcover deal. All right, this is a great deal for any of you guys that have been meaning to get caught up on Comics Tribe books. Well, we usually sell our books at conventions for $30, and online, these books retail for between $30 and $40. However, for the first time ever at New York Comic Con, we offered up a Get to Know the Tribe special. All hardcovers were just $20 at the table. And so we're going to actually extend that offer to all of you. Now, we have 4 hardcovers to choose from with that deal. The first is The Standard, which is John Lees' first Comics Tribe work. You can see we have the silver foil cover available here, and this collects the complete award-winning book, The Standard, which is sort of like, imagine the Adam West Batman in a Dark Knight style universe. Could a character like that even survive 5 minutes in today's modern cynical world? Awesome series. John Lees, who has been crushing it with Sync, and then when he was gone before that, continued, like this is where he started, and he came out of the womb writing comics, I bet. So that's one awesome thing. We also have the Oxymoron Volume 1 hardcover. Now, many of you guys know Oxymoron from the Loveliest Nightmare collection. Well, this was actually the Oxymoron's first starring role. It's a anthology series with 10 stories by about 20 different creators, and it's fun to look at some of the creators on this in this roster and who have gone on and are continuing to do awesome stuff in the world of comics. And in some cases, their very first gig was Oxymoron Volume 1. So we have that also available for just $20 on special. Scam Ultimate Collection. This is Joe Mulvey's awesome book that contains the entire Scam miniseries, as well as a 110-page Scamthology. These are Scam is sort of like, imagine Ocean's 11 meets the X-Men. It's a crew of superpowered con men that, in typical Mulvey style, they don't want to put on capes and tights and save the world. They want to use their powers to go to Vegas and make a little money, but they run afoul of the various crime bosses in the Vegas underworld, and they have to get themselves out of that situation. So not only does it have Joe's entire series, but it has over 110 pages of bonus shorts by a veritable who's who of comics. And so an absolutely awesome beast of a collection, $20 on special right now for the after party. And then last but not least, we have the Red 10 Volume 1 hardcover, which contains the sold out 0 issue and issues 1 through 5 of the Red 10 series, which is a superhero murder mystery. I like to say it's how I'd kill off the Justice League if DC was ever crazy enough to let me. They are not, but the good news is the Red 10 Volume 1 is available for you guys, and the Red 10 series itself, all of the colors are in. We just have to get that last issue to print and then take the next volume to collection very, very soon. All right, and now here's some of the hottest books that were on our table this year. This is what we have available for Sync. Now, as you probably know, Sync last month sold out in comic shops. It's Comics Tribe's biggest seller in the direct market of all time. And one of the coolest items that we have on the table, and there's only a few of these left, is the Sync number 2, 3 flip book. That's right. Sync number 2 will come out in comic shops in about 3 weeks. You never really know with Diamond until almost right before it comes out, but this is coming out in about 2 weeks. And then Sync number 3 should be out sometime in December. But you can read both stories right now in this awesome collection. It's got a spine on it and everything, cool pin-up in the center. And these were a limited edition run of 150 that John sold only at Thought Bubble. He sold about half the stock at Thought Bubble, brought the rest to New York Comic Con, and we are down to, I believe, just 7 copies left. So Sync number 2, 3 flip book is one of our awesome debut books. So if you want to read ahead of Sync and get this collectible item, grab that. We also do have 2 exclusive variants available. This is the Sync UK exclusive edition. 300 copies of this were printed, and 150 of them went to just one comic shop in the UK. The other 150 were missing for about a month and a half, and then they turned up when we got the rest of our stock in for Sync, the regular edition copies. And so I was surprised to find this. Wasn't expecting to find this stock, and so was able to bring those copies to New York Comic Con, and we sold a ton of those as well. We also have a 200 copy limited edition print run of Sync. This is the fairy tale variant by our good friend, the Red 10 cover artist, the Stuff of Legend artist. He works for a lot of IDW stuff. He does an awesome series called Wraith. That's C.P. Wilson. And so this was a limited edition of 200. We have these available, a small number of these available as well. And we do have a very small number, I think only about 9 available sets that are signed. The Sync UK edition is signed by John Lees and Alex Cormack. The Sync Fairy Tale variant is signed by Lees, Cormack, and C.P. Wilson. Those are hard signatures to get, especially considering John and Alex only attend one show together a year. That's New York Comic Con, and they're separated by the Atlantic Ocean. All right, so that's what we have for Sync. And then also, I should just throw in that every order that goes out while supplies last is also going to include a clown nose. All right, another awesome item that we debuted for the first time at New York Comic Con was the Comics Tribe Blind Box. So the Blind Box, it includes, knocking over some oxymorons. We'll talk about these guys in a sec as well. The Blind Box includes some rare and signed variant comics, trades, and hardcovers. Some of them have original art in them, some cool swag. It's an incredible value. Every box is probably about $100 worth of value in it. We're selling this one for $60. They all come sealed. Every box is a little different. You can't really feel the weight on this, but it's a heavy box. I think it's like 6 pounds at least. And so, yeah, this is a good stuff. Everybody that bought one of these and came back to the table came back to say how cool they thought it was, and they were very happy with it. So hopefully you will feel the same. These are going to be, we only have a few of these left, and so we're going to make sure that there's a limit on those, just 1 per customer. And while I've got this guy falling over, these are hand-drawn money dolls featuring the Oxymoron character. These are by Joe Mulvey. So it's sort of like a doll and a commission wrapped in one. We have 2 of the little guys and 1 of the big guys available. And you guys can grab those during this after-party sale as well. All right. And for those of you guys that have been meaning to catch up on some Comics Tribe reading as well, we have an awesome deal. We've never put this deal out either at a show, but we debuted it at New York Comic Con. And this is our soft covers. Each soft cover is just $10, all right? $10 for a Comics Tribe trade. We have Oxymoron the Loveliest Nightmare, which is sort of like, imagine the Joker came to a Gotham City and there was no Batman to stop him. He's a serial killer obsessed with contradiction, so all his victims are hypocrites in some way. So think crooked cops or media that makes up their stories instead of informing the public, gangsters with a soft side, that sort of thing. Oxymoron the Loveliest Nightmare is here. We also have And Then Emily Was Gone by John Lees and Ian Laurie. That's their horror classic, and truly one of the scariest books to come out in the last 10 years. We do have also the Red 10 Volume 1, that again collects the 0 issue and the issues 1 through 5, the first half of the series. That's the superhero murder mystery by myself and Cesar Feliciano, sort of like a cross between the Justice League and Clue. And then we have Chum by Ryan K. Lindsay, which is sort of like Pulp Fiction meets Jaws. It's about a woman who's desperate to get off an island, and she's got a plan. It will just require her getting rid of her cop ex-husband, her drug dealer boyfriend, and the town tough who's obsessed with her. And in the end, only the sharks get what they want. So $10 soft covers, and we're also doing a special where if you get all 4, they're only for the cost of 3. So you can get all 4 for just $30. And I should also mention, I forgot to mention earlier with our hardcover deal, if you get all 4 of our hardcovers as a set, 1 of them is free as well. So you can get all 4 hardcovers for just $60. All right? Now, one more thing. You see over here, we've got a blank sketch cover of Sync #1. Now these are, we did about a 500 copy print run of these blanks. I think we're down to about, I don't know, Alex has about a dozen at his house. I've got just a few more. I put up a finished one, but I don't have them because Alex was selling these things like hotcakes at New York Comic Con, and he was doing awesome full color Sync artist editions. So he was completely booked up. He's finishing up, but he's going to open up a limited number of artist editions on the blanks, and there will be a couple options for you. One's a dealer's choice option where you're letting Alex just draw you something awesome, and he'll send it to you blind, and you'll get it, and you're going to be blown away by it. Another option will be for you to basically art direct Alex. You can put in a request for what you want him to do. Maybe you have something specific in mind. Maybe you want to do a cover swipe or a recreation or an homage cover. Alex is super talented. I'll include some links to some of the ones that he's done in the past, but he's been absolutely crushing it with these. And then he's also told me for the first time he's going to open up a limited number of double page spreads. As you should be able to see from this that you can actually go, it's blanks on both sides. So Alex is just going to do a couple, because these take a long time. He's going to do a couple that are full page spreads, and you can art direct that one as well if you've got a great idea for him, and he's going to do some examples of those as well. So if you've been meaning to get a cross between a piece of original art and Alex's awesome commissions, well, this is the best of both worlds right here, and it is, again, a limited edition first printing on a sketch cover. All right, so thanks for listening to me. Thanks for checking out what we have to offer in the after party. We're also going to be sharing some stories from the con and some cool new announcements of upcoming Comics Tribe developments. So thanks for checking out what we have to offer. Hopefully you will take part in this event, share it, and have some fun with us. And it's always fun. It's exhausting. It's a long process to do these conventions, but you know what? It's fun to extend them even beyond with this online after party, so that even if you couldn't have make New York Comic Con, you can still be a part of what we're all about here at Comics Tribe. Thanks so much for watching. On behalf of all the Comics Tribe and myself, we'll see you later.